There's so many options for, down payments, ways to be creative and getting buyers into homes. And also, on the seller side, there's ways to position them to get a higher dollar amount for their home. A lot of people leave money on the table when they're selling a home. They don't take the time to do simple things. And these are all real estate agent things in my thought process of cleaning up the house.
Staging, right?
Yeah, staging, things like that, getting creative.
How big is staging for a lot of your listings?
A couple $1,000s.
I mean, like how impactful and how...
I would not do another flip without staging. I stage all of them, even when the budget is a little tighter than I would like.
Yeah. And why is that staging?
Because people can't imagine for themselves. They do not have the visual. They come into an empty house and they go, "Will my couch fit here?"
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But then if you have a couch chair and they're like, "That's about the size of my couch," okay, we're good.
And actually, the home actually looks better with it staged, right, and bigger.
It's always crazy to me how excited people get about my flips and then they're staged, and then I always think, but you don't get to keep any of this stuff,
And a lot of selling is emotions too,
it's
right?
Emotions,
and when the kids visit the home, they see a room with gaming staging and stuff. They can see themselves in that home, and it's like you're selling the emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've done that from day one. Even when I didn't know what I was doing initially on my very first flip, I didn't know a stager.
Right.
I started calling people. At that point, that lady interviewed me to see if it would, her stuff would be acceptable. This is back at, my very first flip. Now it's like I have people hitting me up, which is great. And I have a fabulous, one person that I work with. But it is definitely, you're selling the emotions of a home. I remember, one of the benefits of the time I went through when I was struggling with leases and buyers when I was a brand new agent was I really learned the mindset of a buyer.
Right.
What is a buyer looking for? What are they thinking? How do you set boundaries with them, but still make them feel like they've, gotten everything they needed to get out of the process of buying a home, that they really looked at what the market and what they wanted to get, that they got educated. And it is really that you need to make sure that you are, opening up their mind, educating them through the process. But when I would go and I'd look with these buyers, I'd see somebody that would walk into the perfect house based on their description. They go, "Oh, I can't buy this." Why? The walls are yellow. And I'd be like, "What?" What? But that really set the ground. Like, you could paint, but that really set the ground for my staging, my flipping business. I went, "Oh, this is what buyers are going to look at." And I didn't know anything about flipping, but I knew all the time I had spent, taking those buyers to 50,000 places that we looked at, and the comments that they would make. And I put it all, I synthesized it all. And I thought, it's really important to make sure things match, right? So I make sure that my handles match, that all my light switches are updated. That's a minimal cost. People look at a light switch and the electric could be just fine, but they look at it and they go, "Oh, the electricity must be old because the light switch cover's old," right? Or all these little things. So really getting into the mind of a buyer helped, was something that I was able to build this business on, but also getting into the mind of a buyer and helping them, become homeowners is something that I absolutely love to do.